So you've got your memories and more pack. And now you sit down to design. You think, okay, what am I going to do with this? So this is just an informal chat. So welcome to any of you who come on. This is not a regularly scheduled show, but I thought I could do a little behind the scenes sometime and just kind of talk about designing cards and kind of how I think about using a set thing like this. So we will get started. This particular, what I'm using is the texture Chic Memories and More pack. But most of what I'm saying today would fit with any Memories and More. I just decided to quickly do this because it is on sale this week. So if you've had your eye on this, I thought it'd be a fun thing to just talk about. Now, this coordinates with the gorgeous Season of Chic stamp set and dies and the paper, which I don't even about out, but I'm not even dealing with that. So if you have these things, you can use all of this as supplemental and do some really, really amazing cards. Good morning, Joyce, Sharon, Denise, Vesta. So glad to have you here. What I'm going to do today is just, these are not going to be like fabulous cards. In fact, I haven't made these. I gave myself a 15-minute window to lay this out and do this because I wanted to talk about sometimes like how we can come up with like quick and easy ideas. And for me, that's what Memories and More packs are more like that. They're not going to be, you know, my favorite kind of stamping, of course, is working from scratch, developing the whole thing. But sometimes it's fun to have something to work with. Or let's say you took this on vacation. It's just a fun thing. So I think there's a really great place. These also make fun little gifts. So that's what I thought we would talk about. So in a Memories and More pack, you can see I just cut apart pieces and I made stacks of things that I would go together. I decided not to go totally from scratch because then you have to sit and watch me cut all this paper. So I just came up with a couple of ideas so I could have paper pre-cut. So what I do first, we have all of these cards and envelopes. They're gorgeous. These are oversized, so they make a statement in the mail. You can also turn cards into, you know, regular size or small note cards too. So that is all good. So first couple things I like to do. I like to make a bunch of these to have on hand. So I pick the colors. These smaller cards are 3x4s. So these are 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So I like to take some of the colors in the paper, and I just have a few left. I just did a few, but sometimes if I were going on vacation with this, I would take a whole bunch. But you see how these are all going to easily layer. So I like to have those on hand. And then what I do next, oh, good morning. I'm so thrilled to see all of you on here. And I think this would be so fun to mix with your paper. Now you can see how a lot of these just stand alone. So now I like to go through them. I've used a lot of the big ones. Just they're in my stacks, but I like to go through. Typically you get 2 of each card. So I just look at the things and I think, well, see the good in all things. You know, maybe I kind of want to look at the different sides and what I have to work with right here, right now. I don't really see using that. Some of this is kind of meant for scrapbooking. There is always a second side. So I think it's just really fun. So I just like to go through and see what I have. And I'm just going to show a few more here. So this is really fun. So I'm going to set all that aside. And then you have these pages of these sticker die cut things. And you can see I cut some off that I think I'm going to use. I have a bunch left. I love this Make Your Dreams Happen. And I have all the happy love. I haven't used any of this, so I'll come back and, oh, I like you. So see, I haven't even gotten, I'll have lots more to make. So let's go ahead and start. I'm going to start with this, which I thought was absolutely stunning. Now, if I put this on a card, let's just put this on a card. That's a beautiful card right there. But of course, we want to step this up because this is a handmade card. And of course, I'm going to start a comment thread over in the Back Porch Stampers under these. I'll show some of the cards I made. I'd love to have you share any cards you've made with Memories and More. Doesn't need to be this set, but that just helps us all get ideas. Oh my goodness, what you can do with that. There's a really, really cute one for Christmas right now. So that would be a really fun one. So maybe we'll do something with that. But so I'm looking at this and I thought I want to step it up a little. The easiest way to step something up is to add layers. I mean, that is just my favorite. So that's why I'm doing a lot of this, because I'm not adding a lot of outside stuff other than a little twine. So I just cut these down. Excuse me. The other thing, I cut some of this paper. I love this distressed gold. And I'd been working with it anyway with the Texture Chic other paper. And so I just had some extra and I thought, I just plain cut these down. You don't need measurements. This is just all about whatever works. And of course, if I were being fussy about my paper, yes, I would cut something out in the middle. But for today's 15-minute prep, no. So I'm going to put this on. And I just love how this has already just stepped this up to a pretty elegant card. So now I'm going to take this. I thought I could take either this or that one I said about dreams. I thought would be beautiful too. Make your dreams happen. So either, oh, maybe we should do make your dreams happen. I don't know. What do you think? Should we do a quick switch? Nah. Sure. Why not? Just because we can. Okay. So but I love that one too. So I'm going to pop this up. And I love to, one of the easiest ways to put things under is just to roll some ribbon or some twine. I'm just going to roll it and twist it. And then I'm going to attach that right here. So I'm going to take. So the word love is perfect, but not for this card because I just want another accent. So this was the perfect place to put it. So I'm going to put that on it. And now that should work over it. I'm going to peel off my sticker. And I want this popped up. So I could take an embossing powder, the embossing buddy, or you could take baby powder or something, or you could even press this on your jeans a bunch of times. But you know what? I'm just going to use dimensionals. And, oh, good. Marcia said she loves that I'm doing this because she's got a couple memories somewhere, but doesn't tend to use them a lot. So make your dreams happen. Sets like this are also really fun if you have kids or grandkids or nieces or neighborhood kids, whoever, to pull out a set. Because you know what? They will look at all the stuff and have a million ideas. They don't even need your direction. We can learn from them. So I think it's a great project. But I think that is really a classy card. Okay, so that's card number one. I'm not expecting all these to turn out. I'm just saying that right now because I didn't really plan it that way. Usually I do things that are a little more tried and true. I have a finished idea in the background. Okay, so I did this. I didn't think, number one, I wouldn't want this just flat, but I also didn't see the good in all things. I don't see myself sending a card with that. If I did, I could cut that out and put it on another card. That would be a great thing. So instead, I'm going to use this as a layer. I love this contrasting. Oh, I love this back too. So see, it was hard to give this up. So really, these are just pretty stunning. But then I thought I would cover it with this, Life is Better with You, which I love this one. I think that's just really a cool one. So my question was, I did one of these, that's 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, whether I prefer it that way. Yeah, I think I do. Either way would work. But to see how I'm just playing with this, I'm thinking, well, that will be fun. And at the very end, when I'm done, I have a lot of elements that I haven't used. I would see coming back and looking at some of these extra things and thinking, oh, I might want to add that in. So let's see if I have that. I might want to make it a little higher. I'm going to put it right there, but I'm covering that part that I don't want. And then I could, let's see, here I am going to add some, let's add some of these. So I'll put one there. And let's put one up here and let's pop this one up. So put those on. The gold paper is the distressed gold paper. Oh, it is my favorite gold paper. And one of the things I love about it is if you're running it through the embossing folder with anything, you don't get those extra lines. I know when I use like the shiny metallic paper, I will put a sheet of copy paper over it. That's my hint to not get other extra little lines. But this, you don't need to do it. So it is just the easiest thing to work with. Okay, so I have a little bit of popped up elements. This might want more, but I can come back and think about that. This might have been nice with some twine in the middle there. So, this could be a work in progress. Okay, we'll go to the next one. Okay, this time I wanted to use, this is what I chose to use. Again, I wouldn't use these words. When we have each other, we have everything. I could send it to Tim, but I wouldn't send it to anyone else. So that's just kind of my thought about that. I thought, okay, so then I wanted to start layering, and it needed a little more than that. So you can see I just kept on layering. So I took, these are the days, which would be perfect if you're a scrapbooker. Not so much for a card, unless I'm doing it like have a photo of something, So anyway, not so fun. I'll use that on something else. But I thought, again, this will cover that. So you can see I'm just building. Then I thought, oh, I still want to go a little further. I just love this distressed gold. Okay, you can see that. Okay, I like the distressed gold. So I'm going to put this on. The gold paper is in, somebody tell me. I think it's in the holiday catalog, but maybe I could be wrong. Somebody tell me. See how prepared? I'm really not at all prepared, but then I'm usually not. So it's okay. But I'm hoping this is helpful just to go through. I'm just kind of talking through how I talk to myself. Okay, I'm going to put that on there. And I'm going to keep building. But so my next question was whether I liked it like that. My motto tends to be, you can never go wrong with another layer. Oh, I'm loving that. Okay, this is like a really rich looking card to me. So we'll just add some layers. But so this layer is just a 1/4 inch down, and then this is a 1/4 inch down. So you can just kind of play with all of these. You don't have to have measurements. I can see I didn't get that on very straight. Let's see if I can fix that a wee bit. Okay, and I'm going to put this on. So maybe I should leave this card as is, give it to Tim first, and then take it back and add more things and give it to somebody else after. No, there's a thought. Okay, so in looking what else, I had to go with this. I love this thank you, which is really very classy. So I'm decided I will put that on. Now, I don't know if it's going to need, I want to cover that middle. It is going to cover it. Oh, see, I didn't know if it was. And I thought then I would do something underneath. I could add a little layer. And I want to position it for sure. Okay, and then I will add, boy, it's hard to get things straight when I'm, my biggest tip for getting things straighter is to look more down on it. And when I'm on live, you want to see the top of my head, but I will stand up and look down if I'm trying to layer something. Okay, so I'm going to add some little accents here. And all of these little accents seem like they'd be really easy to pull back off if I decided I didn't like them. But I think what a fun, lovely card. I think this is just really a pretty card. Yeah, Tim would love that. You're right, Ron. But, excuse me, he could take a thank you card instead. And I'll say, okay, so then moving right along. Next, I decided I really liked, so sometimes I just kind of look at, I really loved this shell set thing. And I was trying to think what to do with it. And this is what I decided to do. So I took this congratulations and cut it, just the thin parts. You see the congrats there. And I can save these. I think they're actually on some other cards. So I set that aside afterwards. But I took the congratulations. Okay, and I'm going to put that right across the bottom. So I build this as we go. And then I think, so if I did that, and I like how that looks, and I put it on something like this, or so I decided I like this one with the shells, that immediately made me think of a Z-fold card. So I went ahead and cut a Z-fold. So here I'm bringing in paper that is not, and this is going to be a regular size card. So I'm not going to use those envelopes, but it's going to be an extra. So mix and match everything that you have. So my Z-fold card is just a sheet of cardstock cut the long way. So this is 4 1/4 by 11, scored in half again, folded back. And I'm going to put white in the middle to write on. So I'm leaving this as is because first I was going to, I can see it should have been a little tighter. So you know what I'll do? I will just fix that. Here's how I'll fix that. Look at that. I'll just cut it. And then I will put, well, I don't see any glue dots, so I will do this. That and that. Okay. So now it's tighter. And then I'm going to put it on here. It still isn't terribly tight, but it's okay. So usually when I make a Z-fold card, I would cut this down then. So this would be cut down to 2.5, but I actually liked how it goes over the edge there. Because if I look at that and I think, oh, I like that. So I'm going to leave it just like that for a change. So now I am going to, this time I think I'm going to put this on here so that I don't want to close it. I don't want to get too far over the edge there. So I'm going to put that on. And then on this one, I just want to make sure I go from there, that part of the, oh, look at this background too. I mean, what pretty papers. So I'm just kind of thinking about what I could use. Now there are there were a couple of other long words in here. I don't remember what they were, but I thought they could have used too. But I think that's a pretty congrats card. Isn't that fun? And again, I could be adding more things. So good. And this is like speed stamping. And at the end, I'm going to look at the cards and I'm going to really like some of them and I'm not going to like some. But you know what? It's all like being playful. I think sometimes we get a little too afraid to try something, or we just are too focused on the outcome, and really just playing. Pretend you're a kid again and you're just going to play. So then I thought of another. Well, here, we'll look at this one. Let's go look at this one. Okay, so here's another. I just have all these stacked up all over, so we'll just see. Here's my other Make Your Dreams Happen. Love that. Now, this is very, very similar, but I'm going to go ahead and use it. I could cut this down and add a little green, but I really liked how this just kind of flowed. So this was kind of what I decided to do with this card. This one's going to be very, very simple, like any of these aren't. And I love this. You make me smile in the back. So I got one of those out too. But I also just love the look of this. And then I will take this one and put this on. I just love how these leaves just kind of go. And so then again on this one, now actually I think this might be fun to put on a little of the distressed gold, but I don't have a little piece cut out here. But in looking at that, I'm thinking, I think I'd like that. But all my little pieces are in the other room. So as you guys know, our living room is our YouTube studio. And what would typically be a family room is my art studio. So I have things kind of all over in every room. But I really do like this. I wonder if I have anything else. Well, let me just look. So would something like this? And I don't know. So here let's just try it. Let's say I wanted to do this and then, let's do this. See, I'm just thinking as we go here, because then this will pop up a little and you might just notice it a little bit more. Maybe not. But, okay, do we want to add, let's add one leaf. Kind of like curling one in from the side. So another pretty card. So very fun. Oh, boy, I'm making way more of these than I thought I had pulled together. So here's another. Okay. So this one, I love this. I think this is so cute. It's just pretty paper right there. I think this is the mango. And so of course I'm going to put it on here because I want a little more of a look. That still seemed a little too gloss. And I thought, well, this is a fun color. If I put this on the bottom, then that's just going to give me a little extra dimension here to work with. So we'll do this far. Oh, now thankful on the back of this. Thankful for this wonderfully ordinary day. I most likely wouldn't use that either, but I would cut off the thankful. A wonderfully, I don't know, day could be, there are things you could use this for. So I'm going to put this on the bottom. This is a longer video. I thought this might be a 10-minute video. I didn't realize how much I had. So thanks, you guys. So I'm trying to watch a little bit. The shimmering gold could cut leaves before covering up gold. Yes. I almost used, in my card kit last month, we used the aspen tree dies and those pretty little leaves in there. I did those out of gold for one card. So I had some extra. I was going to go get those. And I thought, nah, I'll just use the kit. But I think they would be a beautiful accent for these. So then I'm looking at these and I'm thinking, okay, this time I'm going to use this. You're on my mind. So what would I like to put that on? Maybe I'd like to do something like this. So I'll cross that over and I'll put this on. You know, honestly, sitting down playing with this kind of makes me feel like a kid again because I'm really not caring. It's not like my goal was to make 6 gorgeous cards and do a blog post about it. It was about, let's just talk about how you can create with cards. Okay, so let's do You're on My Mind. Oh, I like that. Now, it seems like it needs something else, and I'm not sure what yet. So some of these, you know, they're just kind of flatter, but they're all layered, and they all have something that pops up. So I think they're actually beautiful cards. So it's just kind of, okay, so I'm going to put that right there. And I think that is a fun look. Now, the next thing I was thinking about, some of these, like here's the next card that I wanted to use this. When I put this on this background, it just felt like kind of a waste because it's just basically a tone on tone. So I have a bunch of these left over because I added these. What I'm going to do with these is cut them down to 5 1/4 by 4 and use them on other regular card backgrounds. So I'm making enough large cards to use up my envelopes. But then I'm just going to use that as pretty paper because I thought I like this better. So I'm pulling in, I think this is Petal Pink. And then I have this one again. When we have each other, we have everything. And then this was from where I cut off that congrats. And I said I saved the rest. So I have this because again, and this was on one of the cards. Your kindness amazes me. So I cut that out because I thought I like that, but I want to make my sentiments kind of stand out more. So I'm just going to layer this. And then I looked at this. So that would be enough, but I'd like to add, and since I'd had that cut from something else, and I thought, okay, this is how I'm going to build up this card. But can you see how these are all just playing with the pieces? So, and today's memories are tomorrow's moments. I love the whole look of this paper, but I wouldn't on a card use that. And I wouldn't necessarily use this. So I thought this is a perfect way. Use this as a layer and then add in your other pieces. And I will sit down and try to figure out what I'm going to do with all my little leftovers too. Now I could be adding more ribbons, more twine, but I'm trying to keep this really fast and simple. And I want to make sure I cover the words there. Okay. So that'll cover the words. And then I will pop this one up. And I will put that right there. That's not on totally straight, but I like that idea. Now this might want, see, I could add all kinds of extra little, see a little flower in the corner. Let's see. Let's just try one of these. A little square accent, and that's a square, and this has little flowers like that. So maybe adding a little one in the corner will work. Nah, I don't like that. So see, then I just take it off. No big deal. Okay, that's that one. Okay, and then another one. Okay, I really liked this paper. and I will come back and answer questions afterwards. Yes, this is the kit on sale this week. That's why I thought I happened to have it. So I thought, let's just talk about kits. I've been meaning to do this anyway. And maybe I'll do like behind the scenes like this. If you like this kind of video, this isn't like a real pre-planned where I'm teaching a bunch of things, but it's more about the thought process of how we build. So I looked at this and I love this paper. It just makes me happy. Those circles, but I felt it just got lost on here. So that's why I decided to add. And to get the measurements, I just measured this. So I don't have to give it to you. It's just the same thing. But I decided I liked it on this, and then I could build from there. And that's why I'm going to have some of the others left over. Like these are the days I decided I wouldn't use, although I could use the tops and bottoms. You know, this is all meant for cutting apart. See what you can get out of it. And then I went from there. So I love this. This made me think. I love this sending good vibes. It just kind of fit with the happy circles. But of course, we need to have it be a little. And I could have cut this down to a little more. And with this one, okay, I was thinking this probably needed a little extra. Let's see if I can do a knot here quickly today or not. To knot or not is the question. To bow or not. Yes, I guess I had a knot. Okay, I'm going to put that on. And this is just going to be like a happy card. So I'm going to put this on. And then I just took these circles. And I don't really even care what they say. This says, I'll look back at this and smile. I thought, yeah, that makes sense. Here for you. But I thought these just fit with the circle. So let's just add some more circles to this card. So I'm going to add one. I'll look back on this and smile. And then we'll add this one. And let's see. I'm going to put one right there. And then I have one more. Because, 3 is a good number. That'll still leave me another one. And I don't know, where do I want to put this one? Well, I maybe should have planned this out so that they would be in different places. Okay, we're going to have 2 green on the bottom. But I thought, well, what a fun card. I thought it just kind of makes sense. Tammy, you said you just ordered this. You were thinking, you might want to do. Okay, so then I took... there was that one about You Make Me Smile, but was on a great big piece. So I thought I was trying to think of what I could do. And I'm not sure that I'm going to like this, but I decided to go with it. So it's the little things is another thing okay. That would be a cute on a thank you card though. It's the little things, you do or something that you were so thoughtful. So I think, yeah, I'm going to see this time I'm going to use 2 of these 3x4s. Just side by side on my card. And again, it needed a little darker background. I felt like these just got lost. So I'm going to put these in. I'm not even going to cut it down because I don't care if it overlaps a little bit. It's just going to give me a different little look, So my card could orient this way or sideways. This way it's going sideways. And now I have the You Make Me Smile. And let's see, I did want to use the little, that's a little square there, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to cover it and do this so it stands out, so it's popped out. So I'm going to put that, yeah, I like that. Okay, now I have this. There isn't really room. I felt like this needed an accent or something, but there really isn't room because I cut this small. So we'll just put this on. And I may or may not come back afterwards and add some things. That's kind of the fun of this because these are kind of my basic card structure. Okay, so You Make Me Smile. Now, I just don't think leaves are going to quite do it for me, but I actually think this is fun. This is what life is all about. I think that could be cute on something like that, but I like you. There's another fun one. So there's some other fun words I could put on here. I think for now, I'm just going to leave it. I could also, I'm not using any embellishments like gems. I was just thinking about that because I would come back and probably look at that afterwards for some things that coordinate. I think a lot of these could do that. When I put these pictures up, I will put them on a blog and I may finish some of these a little differently. So this is kind of like the core idea of getting started. Then you can always come back and add things. So my next one And this is just a regular. So now I'm just using a couple that are just regular size. I like to think of what are some of my go-to. You know, I was doing this yesterday on our live. I was using a bunch of my go-to design things to just show how to come up with quick cards when we were using note cards. So one of my go-to things that I just love doing is the 2-inch strip card. These are 2 inches wide, and I just cut off parts. So this part is 3 inches, and I just love this paper, and I don't care for the back. So I'm going to put these on. This very same card could have been done full size. I just wasn't thinking about it and cut my card and thought, we can use this for anything. So one goes on the outside. One goes on the inside. Now the inside one could also be a different paper. You know, it's just that idea how it just kind of gives that. And then from there, I'm going to build. I wanted to use this. That's why I chose that paper, but I want to set it off again here with the mango. So I will put this on. Well, thank you. Hilda's asking people to do a thumbs up if you like this. And actually, if you're on YouTube, I'd love it if you would subscribe to my channel if you haven't. That's also pretty helpful. But I love comments. I love to come back and look at them. I'm actually going to be gone for the day, but when I come home now this weekend, I will look at everything. And I thought, I just love what an easy card. And then you'll write inside. Now, living this life of ours. I love the loving, but I didn't really care about this life of ours. So I took this one and just cut the U. So I'm going to do loving you. And I thought that will be a fun, just thinking of you card, thank you card, anything. And I will pop that up right there. And then it just looks like we've got a popped up element, but then we still have the bit of green again there. So I just think that makes a really fun look. Let's see. I don't know if this would be good or not to add one of these. Let me see. Nah, I don't feel it needs it. I just really like that the way it is right there. So I'm going to leave it. Now, something that would be fun, if I wanted to give up my second one and not do a second card, I think cutting out that shell and popping it up, or the pink shell and popping it up. Oh, I'd maybe do that with the pink, and popping that up would give it another little dimension. So I may do that. So I just love how we can just kind of change these things around. Then I have one more, and this is going to be another, you know, as I mentioned, I was going to have some of my large cards left over because I added my own colors. So I was going to cut those down. So this is 5 1/4 by 4, so that I think these will make gorgeous backgrounds on regular cards. And now I've used up my envelope. So see, now we'll go back to regular cards. Or these would also be great for layering on your note cards like we were doing yesterday. Oh my goodness, you can tell I've got ink all over my fingers. I'm just noticing that. I really was working on a few things last night. Okay, so now I'm going to take this. I love this. I love this one. And I did decide, yes, I do love it with gold. So we'll go ahead and put that on. And do any of you get ink all over when you make cards? So I just tend to do that. I'm going to put that on. And then I've got this thank you like we used before, and that other time. I just love that with this paper. So this is the same thing that we use. I should see if I can find the other one. Okay, this is the, okay, here is the other one that I made with this. And now I'm making a small one. And I think with this, I'm going to use this again. I actually kind of like that, but I'm going to stick it way out to the edge here. I'm going to do it. Oh, and this is a thank you. So it's not. I'm going to do my thank you. Oh, okay. I need to have this higher. See, I'm using a different one. I'm using the thank you. So it is a little thicker. So I'm going to want this up higher. I was thinking I had that same skinny one. I'm going to move it right here. And then I didn't get straight. Okay, here's a quiz. How many times can Karen take this off and it'll still stick before she has to add some adhesive? Now I could do my thank you like that or right across. I'm going to do it like that. She kind of knows. So there's my little thank you. And oh, it helps if you take the covers off of the dimensionals. And this time I will add, I think this one, yes, whoops, can use a little gold bling here. This is the one I peeled off and then I stuck it back down again. So now it's wanting to stick other places. Okay, I'm going to just stick it behind there. Okay, so how fun is that? And I still have lots and lots of pieces left. So hopefully this was just a fun idea to just show. So I'm going to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to, on my blog post, I'm going to put them in order of how much I liked them. I thought they'll be fun. I can tell you what you think, because I would say some of these are lovely cards. Some of these are not so lovely, but you know what? That's part of playing. So let me know if this was helpful to just kind of walk through kind of a thought process. And still, the gold does not come in the kit. What I added was the gold, the distressed gold paper, which is my favorite, and then just other papers that go with it. But that's all I added. So I will add a little others. So the Chic texture paper will go with this too. We'll make gorgeous cards with this. I just wanted to make this really simple to just show how you can just pull out one thing, make some cards that you'll still be pleased to give, you know? So anyway, I think this is really fun. So yeah, so I was just thinking maybe I'll do some more kind of behind the scenes thing. This is kind of like what my life is like when I sit down to design. And yeah, I do talk to myself. So anyway, thank you so much. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you on Monday. Let me know if you need anything. Good night. Oh, and I did forget, I do have a host code if anyone's ordering, and there are the weekly deals. So you can always find this at KarenTitus.com. And you do get a card kit from me when you place an order of $50 or more. So thanks. Bye.